Exodus chapter 40. In chapter 39 we saw that how the garments of priests looked like, and after that Moses inspected the tabernacle, and Moses inspected the work and saw that they had done it just as the Lord had commanded, so Moses blessed them. And now let's continue with the next chapter, the last chapter of Exodus. What should be next? Everything has done, and Moses even inspected everything, and now what's next? Then the Lord said to Moses, "Set up the tabernacle, the tent of meeting, on the first day of the first month. Place the ark on the testimony in it, and shield the ark with the curtain. Bring in the table and set out what belongs on it. Then bring in the lampstand and set up its lamps. Place the gold altar of incense in front of the ark of the testimony, and put the curtain at the entrance to the tabernacle. Place the altar of burnt offering in front of the entrance to the tabernacle, the tent of meeting. Place the basin between the tent of meeting and the altar, and put water in it. Set up the courtyard around it, and put the curtain at the entrance to the courtyard. Take the anointing oil and anoint the tabernacle and everything in it. Consecrate it and all its furnishings, and it will be holy." Wow. Then anoint the altar of burnt offering and all its utensils. Consecrate the altar, and it will be most holy. At Orthodox religion, they still use lots of traditional things to anoint the house or something to clear and to make it holy, but it's still an idea, a nice idea. Anoint the basin and its stand and consecrate them. Bring Aaron and his sons to the entrance to the tent of meeting and wash them with water. Then dress Aaron in the sacred garments, anoint him and consecrate him, so he may serve me as priest. So not just objects, humans too, and humans are more important than objects. But here the objects were used for praying, for the relationship between the people and God. And now we don't need any other object. And we don't need objects. We need just God, and that's it. We, the humans, to be holy. Then anoint the altar of burnt offering and all its utensils. Consecrate the altar, and it will be most holy. Anoint the basin and its stand, and consecrate them. Bring Aaron and his sons to the entrance to the tent of meeting, and wash them with water. Whoa. Then dress Aaron in the sacred garments, anoint him and consecrate him, so he may serve me as priest. Bring his sons and dress them in tunics. Anoint them just as you anointed their father, so they may serve me as priests. Their anointing will be a priesthood that will continue for all generations to come. Moses did everything just as the Lord commanded him. Very nice idea to even to be washed. It's just a symbol, but of being clean, and to be being holy with anointing oil. Yeah. So the tabernacle was set up on the first day of the first month in the second year. So now it's the second year of people of Israel coming out from Egypt, and just now God made, just now it has done the tabernacle and all the things. First month and the first day. When Moses set up the tabernacle, he put the bases in place, erected the frames, inserted the crossbars, and set up the posts. Then he spread the tent over the tabernacle and put the covering over the tent, as the Lord commanded him. He took the testimony and placed it in the ark, attached the poles to the ark, and put the atonement cover over it. Then he brought the ark into the tabernacle and hung the shielding curtain and shielded the ark of the testimony as the Lord commanded him. He placed the lampstand in the tent of meeting opposite the table on the south side of the tabernacle, so north, south, east, and west, and set up the lamps before the Lord as the Lord commanded him. Moses placed the gold altar in the tent of meeting in front of the curtain and burnt fragrant incense on it, as the Lord commanded him. Then he put up the curtain at the entrance to the tabernacle. He set the altar of burnt offering near the entrance to the tabernacle, the tent of meeting, and offered on it burnt offerings and grain offerings, as the Lord commanded him. He placed the basin between the tent of meeting and the altar and put water in it for washing. Very important. Yeah, they had no the water system of the circuit with fresh water always, or like a fountain, but it was that basin, and put water in it for washing. And Moses and Aaron and his sons used it to wash their hands and feet. They washed whenever they entered the tent of meeting or approached the altar, as the Lord commanded Moses. Very good idea. Then Moses set up the courtyard around the tabernacle and altar, and put up the curtain at the entrance to the courtyard. And so Moses finished the work. Everything was set up. Now let's see what's next. Then the cloud covered the tent of meeting, and the glory of the Lord filled the tabernacle. Moses could not enter the tent of meeting because the cloud had settled upon it, and the glory of the Lord filled the tabernacle. Whoa. So God himself came in. In all the travels of the Israelites, whenever the cloud lifted from above the tabernacle, they would set out. But if the cloud did not lift, they did not set out until the day it lifted. So the cloud of the Lord was over the tabernacle by day, and fire was in the cloud by night, in the sight of all the house of Israel during all their travels. God showed himself into a cloud. And so the cloud of the Lord was over the tabernacle by day, and fire was in the cloud by night, in the sight of all the house of Israel during all their travels. So now the Israelites should pray to all the clouds? No. Or should pray to all the fire? If you make a fire, oh, it's God. No. God was in that cloud, but that cloud was not God. It was just a smoke to cover him. Like when the army, the militaries with drones or planes nowadays, they smoke the sky. They make like clouds, or they choose days or when the time is not when it's not a clear sky, or at night, or yeah, to cover up the army, the float of and they have some devices which can make smoke, or but not smoke, like clouds. I think I saw that once. Yeah. Okay. May the God bless me, protect me. I think yeah, that. Okay. May the God bless me, protect me, and delight me in the next chapter too. And if He wants, you will see me there too. Yeah. What we can learn from this chapter is, after we will finish all the work, we must invite God into our lives. But what if it's still more things to do? I mean, your soul, your character must can be more perfect, more holy. But yeah, God will come. But you are ready when He will come at you? That's the question, and we must prepare ourselves daily to meet God, and to be that God can be pleased, and to can live in ourselves. Yeah. The body, we will see in the, I think in the New Testament, is a temple to the God. So we must prepare ourselves for God meeting, and that He to live in us, to can live in us. Okay, that was the chapter. May the God bless me, protect me, and delight me in the next chapter too. And that was the Exodus. It will continue with Leviticus. Okay, God bless you all, and goodbye.